welcome back to an episode of the 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ.
And I'm Rodimus Prime. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. Because you work really, really odd hours.
I know.
Anyway, we are here today to talk about Raw and Smackdown leading into the show that's greater than or equal to an equivalent to WrestleMania.
I don't know if it's an equivalent to or better than. It's basically the overseas version of WrestleMania.
With the Australian show name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, WWE Super Showdown.
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia this Friday, in which we will not watch.
No, I know there's a lot of people that are streaming their reactions to it.
Yeah.
I know Cultaholic is doing a live stream reaction, but they're donating all their money they earn off that to charity.
Good.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What about What Culture?
I don't know what Culture's doing. I don't really pay attention to a lot of their news content.
Yes.
Whoever they stick on the camera, I find annoying.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Simon or Jules.
Yeah. The other Adam guy with the glasses.
Oh, Cleary? No, not... Yeah, Cleary.
I think so.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wilborn.
Well, Adam Wilborn. I like him.
I don't like him. Him and Andy, I just find them really annoying together.
Cleary's okay, but he's
a prick. He acts like a prick on camera.
Yeah, he's kind of, yeah.
That's why I prefer to watch Cultaholic's news videos.
Yeah.
Especially with Tom. Tom's great.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking love him.
Yeah. I've watched Cultaholic a few times here and there.
Anyway, enough about folks. Enough about YouTube people like us. Let's go ahead and talk about Raw and Smackdown.
Yeah, we're going to start off with Monday Night Raw. They were live from the University of Texas.
Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Yeah, I saw
Whoa.
Matthew McConaughey and a few other people were in the crowd.
Yeah, including old one nut.
Who?
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has one testicle.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fucking juicer.
Anyway, we started off with a 6-man tag team match. It was going to be the Usos and Roman Reigns taking on Drew McIntyre and the Revival. Say, who gives a fuck?
Well, you know what? This is good for the Revival.
Mm-hmm.
Take 2. This is good for the Revival because last time we saw them in a ring, they put on one of the best matches.
They did. Despite all the shenanigans that are going on with them, they actually put on a good wrestling match against the Usos last week.
And now they're, shoehorned into one of these hot storylines.
Mm-hmm.
So big ups to them. Now that we've knocked off the goofy shit with Uzi Hot. Again, fair play to both teams for throwing their all behind it, but it's just really, really, really stupid.
That had my blood boiling when I saw that shit. I was just like, once I saw that, I'm done with this. I don't care about this rivalry. Because you got two of the hottest teams in the division, in your company, put them in a rivalry, just make it just straight up wrestling, no gimmicks, all that. But then they do this shit, and it's just like, why even bother caring?
Now, speaking of having them in one of the bigger feuds, do you think that John Moxley just spilling dirt on Jericho's podcast, do you think that's going to have any effect on creative now?
Yes and no. Okay. Yes, because they're going to have to look at themselves and say, okay, a lot of people give us flack for what we're doing. Some of the stuff they do works, but most of the time it's just like they're just trying to throw shit at the wall and trying to make it stick.
Yeah.
No, because it's like, okay, he's talking all this dirt about us. We're still going to do what we do anyway. So it's kind of like they care, but they don't care.
Well, I mean, when I think about that podcast, I think about when Punk was on Colt Cabana's podcast, and he pretty much just threw open the doors about their medical practices.
Yeah.
Forced them to take a step back and kind of reevaluate how they go about things.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's going to have one of those effects.
Well, see, the thing with Punk and John Moxley, a lot of people say, with John Moxley, when he was kind of spilling on WWE, he didn't necessarily go the Punk route. Like, Punk, he walked out of the company and quit, and then started, spilling on WWE. John Moxley, on the other hand...
Well, I wouldn't say Punk quit. He did get fired on his wedding day.
Yeah. And then John Moxley, he basically ran his contract out, did what he was supposed to do, and then said what he said. So,
that really didn't have any bearing on it. It's just he pretty much threw open the doors to the practices to where, everybody saw what goes on. Even people in WWE's camp are just like, finally, somebody said something we're too afraid to say.
yeah. I mean, hopefully, well, I'm not saying like, oh, WWE are a bunch of bad people or anything like that, but hopefully people will come out and just be like, this is what's going on, that's what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
but at the start of the podcast, he did give praise to WWE,
yeah.
They helped me become a better person, so.
I would say WWE's the bad guy in this situation.
Yeah.
It's mostly Vince.
Yeah.
That's why people aren't, come out and saying, oh, creative is terrible, or, all this stupid shit because they're afraid for their job.
Yeah.
Vince finds out they're going to turn out like EC3.
Yeah. Or Harper. Add months to your contract and do nothing.
I'd say more EC3 because he's punished for something that is not his fault.
Yeah.
Harper, it's just, he asked if he could be let out, but Vince is, so petty.
Yeah.
It's like, no. We paid for you while you were injured, so now we're going to get some of our money back.
Yeah. I can understand that, but still, it's pay.
But I still think Moxley kind of opening the doors on creative might, create that paradigm shift.
Mm-hmm.
Where Vince basically takes a step back and realizes, something's got to change.
Yeah. Or like Moxley said, if he can't fix what he's doing, let somebody else take over control and see what they do.
And we know he's far too prideful for that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, go back to this 6-man tag. It was relatively good tag team match.
Yeah. I mean, it was all right. It was a nice way to kick off the show and do something different from what they normally do. Have somebody come out there and talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah, because last week it was an hour before we got any actual wrestling.
Oh, my God.
And here it's like...
I mean, we got action right off the bat.
Well, like 15, 20 minutes, because there was a promo to start the show between Roman and Shane O'Mac.
Yeah, but at least it wasn't like last week. But, this match was pretty good. The Revival came down. No, he brought out Drew McIntyre. The Revival came out of nowhere, attacked Roman. The Usos came down. And then, just went on from there.
Yeah, Revival and McIntyre picked up the win.
Yeah.
After Roman got taken out of the match. But
yeah.
that was a vicious looking Claymore that Roman got hit with.
What, on the outside ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because, he turned him inside out.
Oh, yeah. But, here we are in week 2 of a completely no fucks given McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Any rumors on his contract coming up?
Not that I've heard.
Yeah, because he for the second week in a row, he's got that look of, I'm almost out of here.
Yeah. Because, this stuff with him and Shane and Lashley and Corbin, like, he is beyond better than this shit. Like,
yeah.
he should be, like, on the upper echelon of top guys in the company. But, that's where they've got him at, so. But anyway, like you said, the Revival and McIntyre got the win. Afterwards, they beat down the Usos, beat down Roman Reigns. Shane McMahon basically trying to mock Roman Reigns by hitting him with the spear and doing the ooh-ah.
It was a modest looking spear.
Yeah, it was alright.
Came out of ooh-ah! Ooh-ah!
Oh, my God. He looked so terrible doing that.
He just needs to train Kilo. He already looks sweaty just dancing.
He looks sweaty. As soon as he gets out there, he's already sweating. Yeah. He ain't even said one word. He's already sweating through his shirt. Like, bro, what are you doing? What are you eating? What kind of supplements are you taking? Like, bro, people talk about Brock Lesnar. Shane gets out there. He holds a mic to his face. He's already sweating. Like, come on, man. Anyway, we move on to the Lucha House Party. Now, this Friday, they will be taking on Lars Sullivan.
In a 3-on-1 handicap match.
Whoopee. Anyway, they were supposed to be having a tag team match, but of course, Lars came down to interrupt. And they stood tall against the big man. And we all know come Friday, they're basically going to get squashed.
Yeah, they're going to get moited.
Yeah. Next, we had Becky Lynch, the man.
My sexy future ex-wife.
The champ. The Raw Women's Champion. Whatever you want to call her. She came out there to cut a promo, basically calling out Lacey Evans. Lacey came out there, she started jaw-jacking. Out came Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
And, boy.
Oh.
Boy.
First off, it just... Since Becky's dropped that SmackDown belt, it just looked like they took all steam out of her.
Yeah, I mean, she has somewhat steam that she has, but it's just...
Well, it's just... Before she had the belts, and then when she had the belt, she had teeth to her. You know, she had edge.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of like, well, she's got one belt. What do we do now?
Yeah.
Autopilot.
Yeah, and they're putting her up against, as I call her, Charlotte 2.0, Lacey Evans. Nothing against Lacey Evans. I'm not back on the bandwagon, but she's
still kind of green.
Yeah.
Yeah. As evidenced by evidence number 2. Lacey and Charlotte were having their back and forth, and then there was a spot where Lacey was supposed to knock Charlotte out with a woman's right, but it looked like she tripped on the way and just kind of shoved her into the ropes.
Yeah, and Charlotte was on one knee and she just looked at her like,
really?
Like, bitch, really?
Couldn't get this right?
Yeah, and Lacey was just standing there like, okay. Then we ended up having a match, and my God, it was like watching paint dry. This match was so terrible. This match was boring, slow.
And Charlotte decided now she would do her Andre the Giant impression. Refused to sell anything for Lacey Evans.
These two had zero chemistry. And I felt bad for Becky. She stood out there on the outside of the ring watching this match.
And then she finally did what everybody wanted to do. Stop this match.
Yes, because the crowd kept chanting, "We want Becky. We want Becky." I was like, I want Becky too. I want her to stop this damn match because this match sucks.
Yeah, she pulled Charlotte out of the ring, then she just went to town on Lacey.
Yeah, she hit her with, as her new move is called, the Manhandle Slam, which is basically her version of the Rock Bottom. And Charlotte ended up winning by DQ.
It's a Uranagi. Uranagis are poor man's Rock Bottoms.
Yeah.
I was just more happy about the name.
Yeah.
Because I just sat there, I was like, the Manhandle Slam.
I actually like
yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed. I actually like that.
Anyway, next, Rey Mysterio surrendering the United States Championship.
Yeah, now, as you may know, he won in controversial fashion at Money in the Bank, despite Samoa Joe's left shoulder being up. However, he was attacked after the match and suffered a separated shoulder, so therefore Rey can't defend the championship.
Wait, did they explicitly say after the match?
What?
The shoulder injury.
Yeah, they mentioned he has a separated shoulder because he came out there with the sling.
Well, no, like that he received it after the match.
Oh, I can't remember.
Because,
I know they kept mentioning that he can't defend the championship, and he had to give it up.
I know that's legit, but yeah, they were talking about going in Raw, and I think Steve said he was holding the shoulder during the pinfall.
I don't remember. I know, like, when they showed, like, a picture of him with his son Dominic, he had an ice pack on his shoulder.
Yeah.
So.
Either way, he got the shoulder injury at some point during that match.
Yeah.
Either way, he came out there to surrender it. He went on this spiel about how, he's, going to do the right thing. His son is getting into wrestling, and he wants to set the right example.
Yeah.
And before he could, say what he was going to say, Samoa Joe came out there.
Yeah. Of course, Samoa Joe getting on the mic, doing what he does. He's so great at promos.
Ah, he is.
God, he deserves so much better. Anyway, he said, you know that's my title, blah, blah, blah. He said, in response to Joe, before I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah. He said, listen, dog, before I got interrupted, I was going to say, I give the belt to my dog, Joe.
Yeah, he laid the belt on the mat. He said, you haven't heard the last of me.
Haven't heard the last of me, dog.
Yeah, and Joe looked at the belt and then just attacked him. Hit him with the clutch and then walked off with the belt.
Yeah.
So it'll be a while before we see Rey Mysterio again. So
speedy recovery.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this counts as Joe being a 2-time champion.
Yeah, unless they reverse it Monday night.
Yeah, because I still say they should do like a tournament or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
This is the main roster. We need bad ideas only.
Yeah, we do. Next, another bad idea. A fucking arm wrestling match between the man among Jotes, the monster among Jotes, and
Booty Lashley.
Thank you.
The last good arm wrestling contest on WWE programming was Triple H and Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Because that was bad, but it was entertaining.
This was just dumb.
It's just stupid because, Booty Lashley came out there, and Braun's just like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And then Booty just slapped Braun, and Braun just throws the table.
Yeah.
And then, he yells at the ref to get the table.
But you're standing right next to the table, you moron.
You're the one that wanna kicks his ass.
Yeah.
Don't tell him to get the table.
I mean, he was standing right next to the table. I'm like, why don't you pick the table up? Because you're the one that's arm wrestling him. So he does it again. He's like, come on, let's go.
And Booty, he gets his arm up and, they start
before
wrestling.
this, he starts flexing and pops his eyeballs out of his head. Like, bro, what the fuck? You doing too much. Stop all that flexing, bro. We know you know.
Anyway, went for round 2 and Lashley slipped.
Slipped.
He went way overboard with that sell.
Yeah, and then afterwards threw the chalk in Strowman's face.
Well, no, they had a definitive in. Because they both chalked up.
Yeah.
Round 3, Braun Strowman won it. And then Booty just kind of, bad sport about it.
Yeah. And then hit him with a power slam, and these two are facing off at Super Showdown.
This is a bad idea.
They really...
Or, I should say, that power slam was a bad idea because Lashley's legs looked like they were about to
slip,
about to give out from holding that man up there.
I wouldn't say that because Lashley is strong.
He's strong, but he doesn't have leg game.
I don't know. He's another person who's better than what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, they've really dropped the ball on Strowman. Lashley and McIntyre are two guys that are way better than what they're doing right now.
Lashley, especially since, he had a phenomenal run in Impact.
Yeah, he won the world title. He won the tag title. He went on that run where he won every belt there was.
He actually had a shred of character.
Yeah. He comes back to WWE. He's won the Intercontinental Twiddle. The Intercontinental the Championship twice.
Twiddle Tice.
Yeah.
Then it just poses, and they put him in that kind of hot, kind of cold pairing with Leo Rush. I got some enjoyment out of it as calling him Booty Rush or Bum Rush.
Yeah, but other than that, man, he's kind of cold right now without Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Those two were like glue. They were like a real good tag team. So.
Yeah. Earlier in the night, had a backstage segment between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Yeah. Now, we talked about this off air. Well, let's get into this segment. The Iconics. Iconic! They were picking on Nikki Cross. And they were setting up for Peyton Royce versus Nikki Cross later on the show. Alexa Bliss comes in and was like, whoa. Don't be picking on my friend. She was looking mighty hot in those white pants, though.
Bad idea to wear white pants.
Exactly. We'll get into that later.
Anyway, yeah. And it's just like, Nikki saying, oh, you think of me as a friend? It's like, sure. I'll even join you out there at ringside tonight after we get some coffee.
Yeah. What this thing with her and coffee. They even got her with a shirt with the coffee thing. Like, I mean, not that I'm gonna buy it. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, you'll buy it.
No, I'm
You'll
not.
buy like 100 shirts and try and hand them out.
No, no. I don't even like coffee.
I hate coffee.
Yeah.
I even hate looking at it, especially like that brownish color.
The dark coffee.
No, not dark coffee. Like the coffee they spilled during the show.
Oh yeah.
That light brown stuff. I don't like it. That
That didn't
looks
even
terrible.
look like coffee. That looked like tea.
That's coffee looks like that.
Yeah.
Tea is darker.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, we fast forward to this match. Pretty much Nikki Cross has got no offense on this match.
yeah. Of course, Billie Kay by her side, and Alexa comes out there with her coffee.
No, she gets coffee delivered to her.
Oh yeah. Well, she gets coffee delivered to her. Billie Kay pushes her down. Peyton Royce knocks her coffee down, kicks her coffee out of her hand,
Yeah.
and then Billie Kay shoves her into the coffee.
And apparently, she missed. She was supposed to land on the coffee spot, but she missed.
Yeah.
So you see her just kind of nudge herself over.
Yeah. And so it looked like she, shitted on herself. But anyway, Nick Cross ended up getting the victory over Peyton Royce.
Yeah, with a distracted assist into the hangman neckbreaker.
Yeah. Afterwards, Alexa Bliss still had that mean look on her face, like, I'm about to rip this bitch's head off.
Yeah, and she was blissed off, man. She just laid into Peyton Royce.
Yeah.
I think she also beat up Billie Kay too.
I think she got Billie Kay first, then Peyton Royce.
Okay, I remember she beat both of them up, and then Nikki was like, "No, stop! We won, I won."
Yeah. Now they did an exclusive where they were talking about it, and Alexa Bliss was like, "Billie Kay owes me a new pair of pants. She better be glad that shit wasn't designer. Then she'd really have to owe me some pants."
Yeah.
But like you said, it's a bad time to wear white.
Anyway, next up, Brock Lesnar, Brock,
Oh boy,
Brock in the bank.
Boombots Brock.
Yeah. Brock Barty.
Now, Seth came out there doing his usual spiel. Corbin came out there, and I think he...
No. Rollins came out there earlier in the night and was, telling Brock to get out there, cash in on him tonight.
Yeah.
They cut to the Titantron, and it shows, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar rolling up.
Yeah.
And Brock, all business, ready to go down to the ring, stops just before gorilla position. And it's like, nope, heads to the locker room.
Yeah.
We fast forward later, and Seth Rollins is calling out Brock. He's like, okay, come on, Brock. I know where you're at. You're scared. Come on, cash in. Then Seth said, no, I got to worry about Baron Corbin Friday. Baron comes out there. I would say talk trash, but his trash game is slightly better than Sid's.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Basically, it's, hey, Brock's not me. You have to worry about me come Friday. Hey. You're not me because I'm me and no one else can be me but me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And so, they get to scrapping. Brock Lesnar's music kicks, but he's not there. Seth, with his stupid tunnel vision, focuses on the ramp, turns around, and he eats End of Days, which I'll agree, that's a fun-looking move.
I actually like that move.
That
like
deep six.
Oh my god. Remember that deep six he hit on AJ?
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a few months ago, and AJ was like spinning in the air like 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
He has some good, despite Corbin's character, he has some good moves.
He's got some fun-looking moves.
I did like that in the days where he hit it on Miz during that elimination 4-way, quote-unquote elimination. But, he has some good moves.
Anyway, he laid out Seth. Brock's music hits. Here comes Brock and Heyman. Brock just decides to beat the absolute shit out of Rollins. Heyman's just like, we gonna cash in now? Now's the time. Now's the time to do it. No, not now.
Friday.
Well, no, he goes back to beating him up.
Oh, yeah.
Goes for a chair, and Heyman's like, wait, we can cash in now. Friday. What? Friday.
I'm cashing in Friday. He's like, no, I told him tonight. Friday. I'm cashing in Friday. And still beats the dog piss out of Seth Rollins.
The dog piss.
And then afterwards, they go to commercial. They show him going to the ambulance. Becky's with him, and she just looks pissed.
Yeah,
She looks like she's ready to rip somebody's throat out.
they wasted a good opportunity because what I would have done is load Seth up into the ambulance, and Becky's just hungry for blood.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going around the arena looking for Brock, busting everybody's head open with chair. Just like, where's Brock? Wham! Just going on a tear. Find out he's gone, but she's still,
Yeah.
kicking some ass.
Or I would have thought that Brock was in the truck and he's still gonna beat the piss out of Rollins. Like as soon as they about to load him up, he just pops out.
There's no way they're going to fit that gorilla in the ambulance.
That is true. Anyway, we move on to Firefly Funhouse.
Oh.
The best thing about Monday Night Raw.
Oh, we didn't talk about last week's Firefly Funhouse. That's what kills me.
Yeah.
Well, just to brief sum up last week's. Yeah, he talked about the Fiend. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this week, this was great because we got another kind of story about his career.
Mm-hmm.
Because they introduced another character.
Husky Harris.
It was Huskus, the pig boy. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Huskus.
Huskus.
Yeah, Huskus.
And it's basically this pig that's just chowing down on food, just becoming a fat slob. And then a new character, Demon Vince, pops in the door.
I love that.
Vince had to love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Vince was just sitting on this headset like, yeah, that's real good shit. Yeah,
That's good shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I approve this.
Yeah.
I can make fun of me. They can't make fun of me. They can't even thank me for the work I do.
Yeah, or else they're fired, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, because Demon Vince was threatening to fire Bray and Huskus if Huskus doesn't get his act together. He says, if you don't lose all that weight, if you don't, stop being such a fat ass, you're yowie wowie.
Wow.
And then he did this really, really Richard Simmons inspired workout routine.
Oh boy, he definitely got physical.
Yeah, because he was doing the what was the name of that thing?
I forgot it.
I think it was like the White Wiggle or something like that.
Yeah.
Something stupid, but
The Muscle Man Dance.
Muscle Man Dance. Thank
Yeah.
you. During the middle of it, like when he was, freestyling, if you can call that painful thing freestyling,
Oh my god.
he just deadpans it with like some weird imagery in the back and just says, "Erase your mind." And then he goes back to the Muscle Man Dance.
Yeah, and he said all you gotta do is let me in. This is great.
Just deadpans the "let me in" part. And
I did see somewhere somebody said it's gonna get to a point where people just get bored, and they're gonna want to see him wrestle.
how can they be bored?
Like they keep doing all these episodes, but then people are gonna be like, we want to see him have a match.
This is the most interesting Bray Wyatt has been in a long time.
That is true.
What makes it better is it's all coming out of the man himself.
Yeah.
Vince has no tampering on this.
Thank God.
Because I forget the guy's name, but the guy that helps him shoot the Firefly Funhouse basically gave this guy props. More props than he gave some of these award-winning actors like Will Smith or Tom Cruise or Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And he said, every time you have one idea, Bray Wyatt has 8.
Now that's saying something.
That is, this man has a head for the business.
Yeah.
And he would be a lot further along in WWE if Vince wasn't constantly pulling the rug out from under him.
Or anybody else for that matter.
It's mostly creative that just destroys him, because down in NXT he was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, like the guy, it was that guy who called in the Wade Keller's post-Raw a couple weeks ago. He said, he talked about how it's all Bray's idea and how people in creative, like some of the people in creative, if not most of them, are some of the most brilliant-minded people, but Vince just has his way. Like, he has suggestions, but he just shoots them down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're basically fighting a double-edged sword here.
What they need to do is give some of these folks just like creative freedoms with their promos. Of course, set guidelines. They can't show like murder or fornication on on TV. But like somebody like Mustafa Ali, his DSLR promos back in 205 Live were killer. They were amazing.
And it sounded like he just came right off the cusp with it.
Yeah.
Like he just wrote them himself.
Because that one promo that he shot in the rain was fantastic.
That was great. I love that. I remember that. That was great.
Okay, I know not everybody is comfortable on the mic.
Yeah.
You got some guys who are just absolutely god-awful, and then you got folks that are, god-tier on the mic like Cena.
Yeah. Or Triple H.
Yeah.
Or Randy Orton, just to name a few.
So I could see where scripted promos, it helps the people that are awful.
Yeah.
But for folks that are just like natural-born talkers, you don't need scripts.
Yeah.
Give them bullet points. Tell them, okay, you need to talk about this, this, this. Hype that match. Hype that pay-per-view. All you need to do, get us between the points.
Yeah. Just go out there and just go. That's basically it.
Take us to these points. Do whatever you need to. You know what you can't do on TV.
Yeah. So next we had a face-to-face between Randy Orton and Triple H. And yes, they're facing off on Friday at Super Showdown.
For an absolutely pointless match.
Yeah.
Like, okay, see, we've seen this match, let's see, 200 times. We've seen Cena and Orton 10,000 times. So.
Yeah.
At least we're not seeing Cena and Orton again.
That is true. But still, Triple H and Randy Orton, how many times have we seen it? Anyway, Triple H comes out there.
This one was fun, because Triple H and Randy Orton's back and forth.
Yeah. I watched this and I thought, okay, this is going to be another boring face-to-face. Randy Orton comes out there before Triple H can say anything.
Triple H comes out there and fans are just reveling in him. I think they even start an NXT chant.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm actually out here to talk about Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Then Orton comes out.
Yeah. And then he talks about how they've had a long history together. Stuff like that. You of all people know how I am, blah, blah, blah.
The thing I said 20 years about you being coal squeezed into diamond is true.
Yeah.
I have all the respect in the world despite the fact that I tried to kill you once.
Yeah, and I threw you out of a window of your fake house.
And our match got buried at that year's WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, they went on and on and on.
But they had a good back and forth because, well, you be Randy Orton on this one. I'll be Triple H.
Yeah. So, Triple H left. He was about to leave, and he was like, whoa. Hey, Hunter. Now, I know me and you were supposed to have a match on Friday, but before you get in the ring with me, promise me something. Go get your balls out of Stephanie's purse. I was just like, I actually like this. This was nice. The crowd actually liked it. It was nice.
Well, they are a burden for her to hold, so, it's not like you got any.
Yeah. Fair play.
Then Orton was just like, fair play.
Yeah.
So.
That was good. This face-to-face was nice. He threw the mic at Randy Orton. He said, I'll see you on Friday.
Speaking of face-to-face, we had another stellar match between Ricochet and Cesaro.
These two need to have a best of 7. Because, they interviewed Ricochet. He said, we could have a decade-long feud for all I know. Let these two have a best of 7. Because I would watch the fuck out of that.
Yeah, let them have a best of 7. Let them tie on the 7th match. And then make them a ragtag tag team.
How would you feel about that?
I don't know. How did you feel about the bar? Because that's how they set up the bar.
At first I thought it was stupid, but it actually worked.
See?
Yeah.
And Ricochet and Cesaro, we don't know how they, chemistry-wise on the mic. But as far as match quality goes,
yeah,
fantastic.
Definitely. Ricochet ended up winning, so he somewhat broke up the tiebreaker. Oh. Cesaro started beating him down. He was going to grab a table from under the ring, and who was on the table?
Mr. R-Truth.
The 24/7 champion.
That's where he was hiding throughout the whole show.
As much as I hate this belt, this is good. This is some good stuff.
Oh, definitely. It is great stuff.
Yeah, because go ahead.
There was even a video on their social media stuff where R-Truth and Carmella were taking in 18 holes of golf when R-Truth was sneak rolled up by Jinder Mahal,
Of all people,
who is still in his full gear. R-Truth managed to, sucker punch him, roll him up, take the title back, and drive off into the sunset.
wow.
So, despite how you feel about the stupid belt, you're on board with R-Truth being the champ.
I am. I am not. I will say I'm on board with him being champ, but I'm not coming around on the title itself. But what they're doing with R-Truth, making him champion, it's pure gold.
I'm enjoying the shenanigans with the 24/7 belt.
Yeah.
Especially Drake Maverick. He's been a killer.
I just laughed on 205 Live last week when he was being interviewed by Kayla.
Yeah.
And he looked over, he saw R-Truth, he's like, "Excuse me," and just ran after him.
Bad general managership right there.
And then he got super kicked in the face by Carmella on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But yeah, I think they're at the right point in time for a 24/7 belt.
Yeah.
Because they have social media.
Mm-hmm.
If they can continue to use social media to tell this, the story of this stupid, ugly belt, it'd make it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, close out Monday Night Raw with The Undertaker, who wound up going over.
Yeah, he went over like a dog.
He went over, and we weren't talking about the crowd, talking about the time limit.
Yeah.
Because they cut him off halfway through.
Yeah.
Like a dog in traffic.
And then he did the promo again, and they posted it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Wow. I was just watching that, and of course he's hyping up his match with Goldberg for Friday. And as soon as they put the copyright on the screen, the crowd just went crazy. Yeah. I was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Basically, the gist of his promo is, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Goldberg, don't bring the family man, because I'm going to put you down like a dog.
And then as soon as they said copyright, Goldberg, you're next.
Goldberg, you're next.
And then they quickly went to the next show.
Yeah. We kicked off SmackDown with Shawn Michaels 2.0, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler, explaining why he is the way he is.
What did he say?
I don't know. I came in late to SmackDown.
Oh.
Anyway, there was a 2-on-2 tag team match between Sami Zayn and KO taking on the New Day. Well, 2/3 of the New Day since Big E's back out again.
Yeah. 2/3 of the New Day ended up winning. I think they're doing a 24 special on Kofi when he goes to Ghana.
Oh. Well, no, he's already gone to Ghana.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I heard that was great. Well, from what they reported, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, I think Dolph attacked him afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's where he explained why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, next we had a moment of bliss with Blissy Baby.
And Bayley.
And Bayley. Yeah.
I did see that clip on Instagram where she just smacked that coffee out of Alexa's hand. I like this aggressive side of Bayley. Why didn't they do this earlier with her?
They had the perfect time to, with the "you ain't shit" moment.
They missed the boat on that, and she just smacked the fuck out of that coffee.
Oh yeah. That led to a triple threat later on the night to determine a number 1 contender between Blissy Baby, Carmella, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Who wants to break her daddy's record?
Yep. Next, we had a 24/7 championship lumberjack match where none of the lumberjacks could pin the champion until the match was over. It was between Elias and R-Truth.
Yeah. Now, before we talk about this match, I do agree with what Steve said on Going in Raw. You got people like Robert Roode and Cedric Alexander
In EC3.
in EC3 in the loser locker room.
Yep.
Why? They are so much better than this. The same thing we talked about with McIntyre and Lashley. They're way better than what they're doing. EC3 should already be up here. Robert Roode should be competing for championships. Cedric Alexander, I mean, look at what he did on 205 Live. Why are those three in the loser locker room?
Cedric has only had one official match on Monday Night Raw, and that was a loss.
Yes.
And that was his debut.
Other than that, he's probably on main event. Like, who gives a fuck about that?
Apparently, they've been saying main event's been putting on really, really great matches. Like one of the Revival guys flinging Kalisto over the barricade.
I saw that. I saw that clip. It kind of looked like when Chris Benoit took that Tope Suicida against Booker T.
Oh, yeah.
And then smashed against the announce table. Yeah.
Anyway.
But I don't give a fuck about main event.
But, no. Just, it all goes back to what I said off camera. It's because Vince thinks he doesn't have any main event stars because he has just neutered everybody.
See, that's another thing that John Moxley talked about with Jericho. He's too hands-on.
Yeah.
And his creative process sucks. He basically put out a challenge to him, says, your creative sucks. Your creative process sucks. Change it.
It all goes back to fickle. Change it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it all goes back to the to when Vince tried to do those 4 NXT call-ups. You know, Gargano, Ricochet, Ciampa, Black. You know, he brought those 4 in because he didn't have any top stars.
Yeah.
Because he killed all of them. With the exception of Rollins, Reigns, Lesnar, Styles.
Yeah.
You know, with the exception of a handful, he's pretty much killed everyone who's got the potential to be the next, circle of, main event.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people who could really carry that company within the next 3 to 5 years or so.
I mean, if we can get a PG version of Prince Devitt, Balor could carry WWE for a while.
Yeah.
Like, give him the same aggression as Devitt. Maybe tone it down, because he swore a lot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This dude is money.
I mean, he's a license to print money. Like, come on, bro.
Anyway, we go back to this lumberjack match with the loser locker room surrounding the ring. Elias got the win. He's new 24/7 champion, the second 2-time champion. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because he won last week and then lost it.
Now I'm trying to think of R-Truth right now. Oh, at this point he was a 3-time champion.
Yeah.
And then, all the lumberjacks are ganging up on Elias. It eventually breaks down to, lumberjacks fighting amongst themselves. Elias rolls out of the ring, starts crawling around the ring. R-Truth is there. The two of them and the referee awkwardly go under the ring. They don't do it awkwardly. It just looks awkward because 3 men are going under the ring.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And then the camera pans back to the melee. We hear the bell ring. R-Truth is crawling out from underneath the ring with belt in tow.
So now he's a 4-time champion.
The only 4-time champ.
And that belt has been around for how many weeks now?
Couple weeks. They showed the .com footage. It was actually pretty cool that they did it.
It's basically the PG version of what the Hardcore Championship used to be back then.
Yeah, except for now they can actually go by the 24/7 rule.
Yeah, Hardcore Championship was fun.
It was fun, but even though they said 24/7 rule, it was only week to week WWE TV. That was it.
Yeah.
They didn't have the platform for, Crash Holly is getting pinned in a McDonald's, lobby.
Imagine
at
that.
like 5 in the morning.
Or R-Truth is getting pinned in going through TSA at the airport, trying to board a plane.
Steve and Larson were joking about that, saying Drake Maverick, who's hot on R-Truth's tail, could be standing in the airport waiting on R-Truth, saying nobody gets past TSA.
Knowing Drake Maverick, and as bad as he wants that 24/7 title, he would do some shit like that.
Yeah, speaking of Drake Maverick, R-Truth, once the Lumberjacks finally realize what's happened. R-Truth is tearing off, towards the back, over the barricade. Drake Maverick dives after him and just eats the canvas on the outside because R-Truth had gone over the barricade. It was great.
Wow.
Anyway, next up we had
Shane McMahon and
Shane McMahon and his mercenaries beating down Roman, hyping up their match for Super Who Gives a Fuck.
Yeah. Roman said, though Shane said he's going to beat down Roman. Roman said he's going to beat down Shane. We don't give a fuck because we're not watching.
Yeah.
Next, we had the triple threat match involving Charlotte Flair, Carmella, and Alexa Bliss. Winner will face Bayley at Stomping Ground for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's a bad pay-per-view name.
Stomping Ground. The fuck.
Now, I can get it if they were doing a special going back to Manhattan Center?
Something like that.
No, what was the building that they used to shoot Raw in?
The Manhattan Center.
If they were going to do a special, network special, going back to the Manhattan Center, I can understand Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
Because, Stomping Ground is basically your old territory.
Yeah.
But when you rename a pay-per-view Stomping Ground, that is terrible.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
And this right here makes no sense. Because...
Wait, what part of this made no sense?
Like we talked about, Alexa Bliss is on Raw. She's doing her thing with Nikki Cross. She's, I guess, the babyface.
Wild card rule.
And then on SmackDown, she's, the heel?
No, I wouldn't say she's heel or face. She's just kind of that in-between. Because she's starting to, basically just go crazy.
Yeah.
Because during this triple threat match, she was going ballistic. She was attacking everything with a beat.
Yeah. But she ended up winning, so she'll face Bayley at Stomping Ground.
Yeah. Going back to the wild card rule, I'd actually be on board with it if we actually had a cross-brand faction. Like McMahon, McIntyre, and the Revival.
Yeah.
That'd be a good faction right there.
Yeah. I could see them being a faction.
And what if that's how they make the Revival happy? Give them both sets of tag straps.
I'd get behind that.
Because they're not doing anything with the Raw tag straps.
Gee, that is a good question. Where have the tag team champions been? Where has War Machine been lately?
War Machine doesn't exist. Unless you're talking about me. Other than that, I've been right here.
Or, excuse me, the Viking Raiders.
I don't know.
Where have they been?
I don't know.
Where have the tag team champions been?
Main event. No, not the main event. The show main event.
What the fuck?
My question is... Oh, wait, no. They did explain where they were. I was about to say, where was Daniel Bryan and Rowan? Basically, they shot a .com exclusive where they shot down Heavy Machinery's challenge.
They're going to end up facing for the title sooner or later.
They are. They got no other credible tag teams on SmackDown.
Because their tag division sucks.
Because their tag division got robbed of all the good teams.
This wild card rule sucks.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Anyway, we moved on to...
Now, it would have been great if they had included some NXT names, just for, moments. Like shock moments.
I mean, it's basically the same people every week.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair. I think it's the first time we've seen Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Because she's finally cleared to compete, or at least, some capacity.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Other than that, it's the same people every week.
There was, however, an Aleister Black promo. I've been missing talking about these promos.
I've heard these promos are pretty good.
They are. This one was really good.
I heard he and Buddy Murphy tore it up at a house show this week.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him. Where's Buddy Murphy?
That is another good question. Where is Buddy Murphy?
Come on, man.
What are they doing? What was the point in him being called up if they're not going to use him?
I get that he's not a secret anymore, but come on. Share the secret with everybody.
The fuck?
Anyway, this week's promo from Aleister Black was really great. Because last week he was saying how he just threw an invitation telling people to, somebody challenge him. And here he was just like, you know what? Last week I told somebody to challenge me, and nobody did because they're scared of me. He just starts launching into this angry tirade. It was great.
Somebody give this man an opponent.
Use this man. Him versus Nakamura. He's not doing anything.
You know what? Here's what we need to do. We need to put a long list of people and ask, where are they? Nakamura, Rusev, the Raw Tag Team Champions.
I can tell you where the Raw Tag Champions are. Man, they're main event.
Who else? Buddy Murphy. That's a long list of people we need to put on that list.
Yeah, where's Harper?
Good motherfucking question.
Apparently his contract's been extended because he was injured. Where is he at? Why aren't you using him, Vince? How fucking petty are you?
Oh boy. Anyway, Lars Sullivan had an interview.
Yeah, he delivered an awkward sounding interview.
I'm glad I missed it.
Because, they were playing this whole angle up of Kayla was too scared to ask him, what's up with him.
Yeah.
And when she finally did, he said, "Why does a nightingale sing its beautiful song? Why do lions kill in the wild? Because that's what they do. I've been labeled by one word because of what I do. I've been called that one word all my life. It's okay, Kayla. You can say it." Then she goes, "Freak?" It's like, yes, I'm a freak. Basically, it's like that. For a guy that's really strong on the mic, this script sucked. Like, go back to his NXT stuff. He can carry himself on the mic.
I'm glad I missed this shit.
He's a monster, all right? He's a hoss, he's a heel. But he can speak eloquently, despite the fact that he at one point in time, he was a shitty human being. But still.
I just got 4 words. Who wrote this shit?
Okay, all right. Had to make sure you didn't go over your word count with that one.
No.
Anyway.
Who wrote this shit? This sounded dumb. From the way you explained it, this sounded dumb.
Yeah, and I mean, I got 3 words for you. Why? Just repeat it 2 more times. Why? Anyway, yeah, this was terrible. He basically said he's gonna maul the loser house party at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Anyway,
next up, we had Andrade gonna take on Apollo Crews, but the match didn't get underway because Andrade beat the piss out of him.
Yeah, and then Finn Balor tried to come and make the save, but he got beat down too.
Yeah. Finn Balor had the momentum until Vega.
Yeah, Selena Vega.
I wanted to call her Serena Vega.
Serena Vega.
Anyway, Selena Vega tripped him up, and Andrade capitalized.
Yeah. And basically, he's going to be facing Demon Balor.
Wait, that's the... Oh, come on.
The Usos versus the Revival on the Super Showdown pre-show.
That's 2 good matches wasted on this shitty pay-per-view.
Like, the fuck?
2.
What's the other one again?
Balor Almas.
Yeah. But at least he's going to Saudi Arabia as Demon Balor, but still, I get your point.
I mean, they almost had me when they announced that match. I was like, maybe I ought to check this match out. And then I was like, nope. Wait, what else was next?
Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg came out there. Oldberg.
Yeah, he came out there with his gray beard.
And he headbutted a door again.
He did?
No.
Oh.
I just wanted to get your reaction.
Okay.
Anyway,
But it worked. It worked.
Yeah. He came out there with his gray beard and basically said, Undertaker, you got a point. Family Man Goldberg isn't going to be there. I'm going to bring the ass-kicking Goldberg you wanted, the one that ran 100 and bullshit wins.
He said 173, but that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and he basically said, Undertaker, you're next to rest in peace.
And then the gong went off, lights went out.
The dong, yeah.
And I said gong.
I know.
Shut up.
Aha!
Anyway, the lights went out, Undertaker popped up, and they stood face to face. And then lights went back out, lights came back on, Undertaker was gone.
Yeah.
This was a waste of time.
Then they spent the next 2 minutes hyping up Saudia Who Gives a Shit.
Yeah.
And they wound up going over by a minute.
Yeah.
Which SmackDown never goes over.
Yeah. It's always Monday Night Raw, but, you know.
Well, not anymore. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Raw and SmackDown in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not doing anything for Saudi Arabia, so don't even ask.
Yeah.
There's going to be no paper preview. There's going to be no paper review.
Mm.
The next time we'll be doing paper preview will be... What's coming up next?
I think that's Stomping Ground pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best we can do.
Yeah.
Stomping Grounds. Then after that, it's...
I don't know.
I'm trying to think, what's WWE got lined up for August?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam? Really? SummerSlam is in August?
I think SummerSlam's always in August.
Huh. Oh, well. Well, whatever the pay-per-view is for... no, July. Shit. We're still a couple of months off from August.
Yeah. Because Stomping Ground is on the 23rd of this month. Then Extreme Rules is July 14th.
Oh, yay. Extreme Rules. Man, I just wish we'd hurry up and get to August already.
I'm saying.
I want to watch All Out. Or Take Over Cardiff.
3 shows on August 31st. 3!
4 if you count the Rugby World Cup warm-up match.
Wait, who's playing in that again?
Scotland, and I think they said Ireland.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a warm-up match, apparently, which it's basically an exhibition. So that means tickets are going to be super cheap.
Yeah.
And rugby is huge over in Scotland.
Yeah.
So.
Because I think Liverpool just won a match, and Todd goes crazy for Liverpool. Anyway.
Wait, does he actually watch rugby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, besides that,
like, I wasn't about to talk shit. I was just
I was
legitimate asking.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Liverpool.
Okay.
But anyway, besides that,
because they're number one.
Yeah, Liverpool's number one. Besides that, 3 shows August 31st. We have New Japan Pro Wrestling in London for Royal Quest.
Oh, I always thought it was Royal Conquest.
No, it's Royal Quest.
Oh well. Kudos to them for branching out to London.
Yeah, they're trying to expand all over the world, from Japan to the United States to London, so on and so forth.
I think you just invented a new word.
Expand, yeah.
Expand.
We need to call Webster and put that in the dictionary.
What's the definition?
I don't know. I'll have to come up with one.
It's like brand extension.
Yeah.
Expand.
Anyway. All Out in Chicago, and then NXT UK Takeover Cardiff.
Now, the only thing that's working for WWE in this situation, because apparently the rumor is that they had an inside man at one of the ticket agencies, and they saw that for that particular agency, New Japan wasn't selling too hot. So that's why. Okay, I wouldn't say that, because they had Takeover Cardiff booked since WrestleMania.
Wouldn't that be considered like tampering?
No, it wouldn't be tampering. Tampering would be like directly affecting whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like when Deadpool 2 came out alongside that Lady Gaga movie.
Yeah.
And people were bombing the Deadpool movie to go see Lady Gaga movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like they were bombing the reviews.
Oh, so they were basically shitting on the movie on purpose.
Yeah,
Wow.
just so people would go watch.
Deadpool.
No, the other movie, Star is Born, I think it was.
Oh yeah, Star is Born. Yeah.
So people would go see that.
Yeah.
That would be tampering.
That's crazy.
What they did was basically, I don't know what you would call it, a business tactic, I guess.
That's crazy.
Basically, they were keeping their eyes to the ground. They were seeing that tickets weren't selling too good, but then you got to take into account that there's multiple ticket agencies, and Royal Quest is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't always go by what you see.
Yeah. It's just like you think everything's hunky-dory in WWE camp. Nope.
Nope.
Their creative sucks, and they just pissed off one of the biggest free agents.
Yep.
I mean, kudos to Moxley for keeping his head down until the end of his contract.
But it's just sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
And speaking of kudos, apparently Renee Young just seemed like she did not give one fuck Monday night.
What you?
Well, on commentary.
Oh yeah. I think she needs to start being like that. Because at first when she was on commentary, it was like, okay, she's on commentary. That's cool. Then it's just like, eh.
Then they just kind of chat on her.
Yeah.
I think at this point she's only, acting like she doesn't give, she's, not giving a shit. Because she's nearly bulletproof.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you look at it and she's the first female broadcaster on WWE, right?
Yeah.
Or first female commentary member.
Yeah.
It would look super bad for WWE to chase her off their brand just because of her husband.
That wouldn't be fair.
That would be a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah. And plus, it's not like she's done anything wrong. It's not like she's getting in trouble, going to jail and stuff.
No. I mean, meanwhile, Corey Graves on here is, just like taking shots at Stephanie McMahon, and, he pretty much gets a pass.
Yeah, but he has his problems too.
Yeah. So, we'll see how this goes. Anyway, I'm War Machine MJ.
And I'm the one and only Rodimus Prime.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And enjoy this outro. Bang.
How?